Hi everyone. Made it to Kulina, which is in the middle of nowhere, but more on that later. I'll show you around. So, oops, I unplugged the phone by accident. Okay, so yeah, I have 5 beds all to myself, and I'm thinking, last time I had a whole room to myself in, in that city, I forget where it was. But yeah, and a friend of mine told me, Jordan told me that I should take a picture, like several pictures with me in every bed, and then see for a program to like merge them together so it looks like I'm in every bed at the same time. So I might do that and then see what I can do. But yeah, it could be fun. And then, right here, and then all my stuff is drying. Yeah, not a great day. Just gonna preface that with that. Not a great day. Yeah, well, I'll start with the beginning. It started off really well. Actually, it started off really well. Because breakfast was included in the previous hostel or hotel. So I got out of that little house, and at 9, the gentleman knocked on my door and came in and said, "Oh, oh, okay." So I followed him and went into his house, and I was like, do I take off my shoes? He's like, no. So, okay. And then went to, I'm guessing it was his living room, because there was the kitchen on one side, then there was the couch on another side, then there was a TV on the other side, and then just windows on the fourth side. And in the middle there was a table with a bunch of things for breakfast. And so I felt a little bit awkward because the man was watching TV and I was like in the middle of it. And then the lady was finishing making breakfast. So she was making the eggs. And oh my gosh. So I can eat a lot, but this was excessive. I had, trying to think of everything, but there were 4 sausages. There was 3 eggs, like 6 French toast, and like big French toast, not small French toast. Although there was nothing to put the French toast with, like there was no maple syrup or honey or anything like that. Then there was a bit of different like cured meats, or no, one type of cured meat, and then some cheeses, and then a bit of yogurt, and then some milk, and so there was like a full table. And I was the only one eating. Like, I thought maybe they would join me, but no, they were like, no, we're okay. So yeah, it was a bit strange. And then the man goes, "Kaffee?" And so I'm like, "Oh, coffee." I was like, "Oh, no coffee." And then he's like, and I was like, "Oh, tea? Tea?" And he looks at me like, "I don't know what you're talking about." And then the lady goes, "Ah, I know." So she goes and gets a tin and then shows me something that just looks like coffee. And so I don't want to like be difficult. So I go, "Oh, okay." I was like, "Oh, I'll drink coffee. Like it's not a big deal." So she prepares it, gives it to me, and it's this black liquid, and I'm scared to taste it. Like I don't want to. So I have I leave it to cool down a little bit. And yeah, I eat all the eggs, eat all the sausages, eat some French toast, and that's where it got me. Like I tasted a little bit of, there was like this paprika sauce, this pepper sauce for the eggs. That was quite good. But yeah, I had a little bit of the cured meats and a little bit of the cheeses, but I had to stop. Like it was just too much. And then, the black thing, it felt, so it's probably not, but it felt like coffee that they had left the grounds in. So I had put milk in to sort of dilute it, and I put sugar in and try to mix it, but no can do. Like it was just really not good. So I drank it as fast as I could, and then when I looked down at the cup, there was like sludge left. Like it was really not my scene. So yeah, that was that. Then I thanked them, then went on my way. And no, the rest of Serbia was quite nice. I'm guessing it's harvest time or something. Like in the fields, you can see it on Instagram. In the fields, it's kind of cool that they just make piles of things in the middle of the field. So I've seen it done for like corn, and I've seen it done for like hay. There's like little mounds of hay or of grass. So it's really interesting. Ugh, sorry. And it's really picturesque too. And something I didn't mention yesterday was that I've seen a lot of little tractors everywhere. It feels like all the little farms have little tractors to go with them, just because I guess big tractors aren't a thing. So yeah, just little tractors. And today I managed to take a picture of one, so I posted it on Instagram. They're really kind of cool, and mostly I've seen them used for wood, like to transport logs and everything. But I've also seen them like hooked onto equipment to like till the earth or something. So yeah, but yeah, they're all over the roads. I mentioned past one actually today. But anyways, kept on going, and then I was really close to the border with Bosnia. So I was like, well, I need to get rid of my money, and I had about €2 left, like 200 and odd dinars left. So I got myself a yogurt, some chocolate, and some bananas. Ate those rather quickly, and yeah, I had a little bit left, so I left it on the side. I'm sure someone will be happy to get it, especially the coins. Like, I love the coins. I don't think people especially be happy to get coins. But yeah, I collected some bills, including the Nikola Tesla one, so I'm really happy. Then yeah, crossed into Bosnia, and I don't know why. Oh right, so there was a couple of things. With Jen in Belgrade, we noticed that one of the buses said donated by the people of Japan. So we thought it was maybe like interesting. Oh, maybe they don't need those buses anymore and they just gave them to Serbia. Is that a thing? And then today, like on the border town, an ambulance passed by, and same thing, donated by the people of Japan with a Japanese flag. It's like, oh, all right. Well, maybe they have not exchange program, but like, yeah, program with Japan to like, I don't know. But then I crossed into Bosnia, and I was getting my passport through, and I don't know why. Like, he looked at it, then he tried to pass it on the scanner, then he looked at it, gave his to his friend. His friend looked at it, tried to put it on the scanner, looked at it, bit about it. I don't know why it took so long, so I like apologized to the people behind me, because most people just showed a little card and we're just like, yeah, keep moving. Whereas mine took forever. Yeah, and oh right, and then the computer in the immigration office, little kiosk, was donated by the United States. So yeah, I thought that was kind of cool. But yeah, when I entered Bosnia, that's when problems started. So Bosnia, like, doesn't, for the moment, it doesn't really seem to have cities. It seems to be all small villages, and it's quite cute. Like, it's not very big towns, very small, very rural. But yeah, I haven't really seen a city so far. Where was I going with this? Right, so, which brings me over to like where I'm staying tonight. So what happened was, I had booked something yesterday on Airbnb. I had looked at the map. I had like put the dates, put what I was willing to spend, and then it gave me a map of where I could be. And I saw one right in a city where it was like 80 kilometers away. So I was like, that's perfect. There's mountains, 80 kilometers is all I'm going to do. So I click on it, a little thing pops up. I'm like, perfect, book it, done. And it was only this morning that I realized it's not in the right place. It's actually, instead of being 80 kilometers away, it's 140 kilometers away, which is not possible. Like, maybe it'd be possible, it's really flat, but it's mountains. Like, I was glad to do 80 kilometers today. So yeah, I decided to cancel that. But when you cancel it, if it's less than 24 hours, they don't pay you back. But I was like, there is no way. Like, I feel really stupid for having to cancel it, but I'm gonna try. I talked to the lady. She's like, no, I can't cancel it. You're gonna have to do it. Um, so yeah, and then I sent a message to Airbnb being like, "Is there anything you can do?" Like it's like I clicked on the thing and it showed me the wrong one, and then I found another one. So the one that I actually wanted to click on. So I booked that one, and it's when I got to Serbia, Bosnia, I stopped and I had my little lunch. But when I looked at my phone to see who had written me and everything, I find that the guy I had booked from says, actually, it's not no longer available. I have people coming over. Can you? Oh right. Can you please cancel? I was like, no, I'm not canceling it. Like, it's 20. Like, it will not reimburse me if I cancel. You have to cancel it. And then, as soon as I said that, my phone sends me a text saying, I've used my internet for 40 euros. And right after it sends me another text saying, I've used my internet for 50 euros. And that is going to cut off my internet. And it does. So, yeah, it's just, that's the way it does it. So now it's okay because my Komoot, so the app I'm using, does not need internet. Like, I've downloaded the maps, like the navigation, so I don't need internet for that. So really smart of doing that. So I didn't know what to do because now I can only get internet with Wi-Fi, and like in Bosnia, like it doesn't seem like there's a lot of places for Wi-Fi. Like usually in other countries, I just go to a McDonald's or something, and I know there's Wi-Fi there, or a pub, or anything where I know there's Wi-Fi, or sometimes supermarkets have them. I cannot find. There's only like little corner shops and things. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna go to the city where the Airbnb is, even though it's not available. I'll go there and sort it out from there. Like, it looked like the city, so hopefully it will have a place with internet, and from there I can sort it out. So I decided to do that, and it was just miserable. So I was no longer on big roads, and the app took me on smaller roads, but you know the one with the little rocks, which I'm starting to hate. And it started getting very mountainous. So there was one really steep slope. It was starting to get dark on top of it, super steep slope. So I put the lowest gear, and I stood up because the lowest gear was okay, but I just couldn't push anymore. So I was like, okay, I need to stand up and like push that way. Usually it gets more power, but as soon as I stand up and really give power to the pedaling, my back wheel starts to spin and I almost fall. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna stop it now and go walking, like with my bike. And even that was a stretch. Like, it was hard. I had to like zigzag up because I just couldn't, and take a lot of breaks. I was just so sweaty. By the time I got up there, it started getting darker and darker, and it's in the forest, so it got darker quite quickly with all the shade. And it started raining a little bit, which was not for me. And it was really wet already up there. I don't see why, but it was really wet. At some point, because I can't really see at this during this time, so even though with my lights and everything, I just can't see the floor really well. And there's this big muddy puddle, and my bike, so I go through it by accident, and my bike gets stuck in the mud, and I have to go down to one side, and my shoe just gets filled with water. So I take my bike out, and just keep going. I was like, oh, not my day. So I keep going, and at some point my app tells me to turn left. Even though the road keeps going straight, it tells me to turn left. So I look on the left, and it's a small trail, like a walking trail. And I've never been on a walking trail with, like, the app usually doesn't do that. So I'm like, I don't know what to do. And I look a little bit closer at the app, and it's like, well, I just have to go down this slope. So it's very, like, a steep slope down on this trail. And then I meet another path down there, like another road. So this is just a small, like, quick little path. And so I start going, and it's really steep, so I really have to be careful with my bike. I go walking. I decided not to go on bike. I was like, no, this is not going to work. I'm just going to go walking. And then the trees get thicker and thicker, and like small trees are in the way, and they start going through my spokes and everything, and in my brake. So at some point I stop the bike. I've already gone quite a bit, and I stop the bike because I can't go anymore. And so I take one of the lights and I look around, and I can't go straight. There's just a tree fell and everything. So I can't go straight, and it doesn't even look like there's a path going straight because there's like a big ravine. Then I look on the left, and it's just filled with trees. And I look on the right, and there's another like ditch. So I'm like, okay, I've had it. And by this point, it's really dark. So I kind of wanted to give up for the day. So I was thinking, like, can I just set up my tent? It's on a slope, but really, like, doesn't matter. Like, I can set up my tent. It's 5 o'clock. I don't think anybody cares. I'll just set up my tent and just leave me alone. But then, so I just took deep breaths, and then I figured my app said it was 45 minutes away to the city, the final destination. So I was like, okay, well, if I take some time, like even if it's an hour and a half, I'll be okay. I'll still get there around 6:37. Like, it should be okay. So I take my time, go back up. It's really hard and slippery because there's all the leaf litter with water, and oh, it's gross. Didn't fall actually, but yeah, just managed to pull through. And then I just keep going on this road, like with all the rocks and things, and just whenever it got too steep, I just walked. And then finally I reach a paved road. So I'm really ecstatic. Now, I don't think I've ever been this happy about seeing a paved road. Really, really happy. And it's just so weird because it's all dark, and there's even like this church. I think I took a picture of it and put it on Instagram. It was a complete darkness, so I like aimed my light at it and then took a picture, like a nocturnal picture, so it tries to get as much light as possible. So it looks really crazy. And really, yeah, interesting. Then I had dogs barking at me and chasing me. Just keep going on this paved road, and then it tells me you need to turn onto a non-paved road. So I refuse. I look at my app, and it's like 3 times more to go through a paved road. I was like, I've had it. No, I'm doing the paved road. So I go on the paved road, and then it reaches like a major road, and I go on that one. It's all uphill, like not steep though, like it's just continuously uphill, and finally make it to the city. Oh man, this video is gonna be long, I'm sorry. Finally make it to the city, city, and I was hoping to find like a cafe or anything just where they would have Wi-Fi. The only thing I find is like a pizzeria pub looking thing. So I order a drink, and I go on internet, and the guy still hasn't answered. So really frustrating. And so I contact Airbnb and say, listen, like here's the screenshot of him asking me to cancel it. I don't know what to do. Please help me. And by the time then I try to call him, he doesn't answer. And then around 7:30, they contact me. So they send me a message saying, okay, what we're going to do is this. We're going to try to contact him. We've tried contacting him. He hasn't answered. We're going to give him 1 hour, starting now, to contact us. If he doesn't, you'll be reimbursed. No problem. And so I was like, all right, but that doesn't really help. Well, it helps me, but like, I still need to find somewhere for tonight. Like, I can't just wait an hour. That will give me to like 8:39. That's just not feasible. Like, by then, like, I need to be somewhere. So I decide to just take my chances, knowing that he'll probably won't answer. So I look on booking.com if there's anything close by, and there's a hotel 5 kilometers away. There was 2 options. One was really close but a bit more expensive, and one was 5 kilometers away, not as expensive. So, me being me, I decide to go for the farther one. 5 kilometers though, I tell myself 5 kilometers, it's like 15 minutes, maybe 30 minutes, like I'll be fine. Then I book it and everything, and I see that it's actually when I put it on Google Maps, it's 11 kilometers away. So I'm like 11 kilometers away. That's like half an hour if it's flat. 45 minutes. It should be okay. It took me an hour and a half, an hour and 20 minutes because it was all uphill. Like this place is at the not summit, but it's like at the summit of a pass between mountains, and so it's like I can't get any higher than here in terms of like the road. The road then just goes downhill from here. So yeah. By the time I got here, my leg muscles were shaky because it's an hour of 20 minutes of just uphill. On the bright side, tomorrow I start going downhill, and because it's was good as well is that it's in the direction of Sarajevo, so I added 1 hour to today's journey, but I took out an hour from tomorrow. So tomorrow I have to cycle for 5 hours, which is less than today, less than average. Actually, I think it's like 4 hours and a half. Like it's really not much tomorrow. So I'm quite happy, and it starts going downhill. Like the first thing I have to do tomorrow is go downhill, so that's perfect. That's about it for today. So yeah, not a great day. As far as bad days on this journey go, number one is of course the day that I lost my passport and wallet, and passport, wallet, and phone. My phone died on the same day. That's, I think, the worst. Second worst is the first day, just because it was just so hard and so new and so frustrating. And today's definitely the number 3. Like it's just everything seemed to be going wrong. But on the bright side, tomorrow Sarajevo, and I'll be staying there for 2 nights, so I get to relax for a little bit. I thought there was something else I needed to mention. Oh right, what I ate tonight. So because I just didn't have time to go to a grocery store and I couldn't really find one, and I had one of the military meals that I got from Decathlon. Tonight I had curry rice with chicken. It wasn't good, but it was something. It filled me up, so I guess that's something. But no, would not recommend. Strangely enough. Just trying my things here, and that should be good. I'm trying to think if there's anything else, but I don't think so. No, that's about it. So yeah, tomorrow going to Sarajevo and should be fine. All right, bye.